Miriam Joy, and welcome to my studio. Today we're going to be working on a little Valentine's wreath. I found these little wreaths. We had some of these at Christmas time that were very similar, and now we have little Valentine's ones that are out. I picked it up from the Dollar Tree. And then I also found at the Dollar Tree these little saying plaques. And they're really, really cute. And I'm always amazed. I'll walk through a section, and even with my husband, and he finds different things than I do. Or I walk back through the section again, and I see something else that I totally miss. So it's kind of good to do it a couple times or have different eyes on it so you can kind of see everything. So I'm going to just take this ribbon off. Another thing, if you wanted to just do this by itself, be cute just to take wire, because it's got little hangers, and make a wire wrap, and you could tie a little bow or something onto that as well, and you just be a nice little gift to give. So this one I chose because it had more room. There were also some different ones, Faith, and I have a Hope one. So just different things that you can add to it. And you could paint on them, you could do all kinds of things. But of course we're going to apply the wax technique to these. And I'm just going to kind of fill in the blank areas and just give it a little bit of color. There is no right or wrong. This is Crayola Crayon. If you're not familiar with this, I have the basics of wax design on my website. Please feel free to check that out, and it explains to you everything we are kind of doing. And like I said, these would be nice little gifts just by themselves. And then I'm going to add my wax liner. This is kind of a newer tool that we've been using. I'm going to warm it up just a minute. And then I'm going to wipe it off so I don't get that blob. And once I do that, I've got to bring it to my whatever I'm working on really kind of quick so that blob doesn't build back up. And I'm just going to kind of give it some squiggles. And again, there is no right or wrong. It's just how you see it. There is a video on how to use the wax liner. Okay, and I don't know if I actually like that one with the lines or before the lines on that one. My squiggles got a little bit carried away, I think. Now, if you have any open spaces, you can always come back in and fill it in with the dots as well. So there's a lot of things you can do with it, and they go really quick and easy, so it's a lot of fun. Now at this point in time, this is a little bit, it seems to be clinging pretty good, but instead of just spray varnish it, I would probably take my triple thick by Deco Art and give it a nice thick coat of that is brush on, and then let it dry, especially if it was going to be outside, or especially if it was going to be in the sun, and that would keep it in place and you wouldn't have to worry about it melting and running on you. It would just stay in place. So we're going to put our hanger on this now that we've got it done. And you can cut these little hooks off if you want to. I'm going to try and do that where you can see what I'm working on. And then I'm going to take my piece of material. Now, we talked about this not being real absorbent, so I'm going to do a couple of things here. First thing I'm going to do is put E6000 on to hold it permanent in place, because it is not an absorbent thing. If it was just the, if it was absorbent, we would just be doing the hot glue on the piece of material. And I forgot to cut my string and my wire here, because it holds it into place, and this is how we hook up the wire hanger to it. And I put my glue on my material around it so it wouldn't hit the same spot as the E6000. So the E6000 will hold it into place more permanently, and the hot glue holds it in place right now. So we've got those ready to go, and I'm going to come back in and I'm going to kind of decorate this guy up a little bit. And I found this neat little trim or ribbon at Hobby Lobby, and it was in the Valentine's section. I believe it was around $3, but I've used it on a bunch of projects, and it just seems to really, really last. It looks like rhinestones, but it is not, and it just is really, really pretty and kind of gives it that extra little bling, I guess is a nice word for it. So we're going to find our hanger, and it's also got a plastic hanger there. If you don't like that, just get rid of it, but you want to keep it where your hanger is. And we're going to glue this down so it stays in place. Turn your hot glue gun to low temp. We don't need to have it on high temp. All those years of burning myself, I don't know why I did it. Just turn it down lower. But see how that really starts to dress this up. And it doesn't take a lot, just a nice amount. Kind of dresses it up, classes it up a bit. Nobody's going to know that this was a dollar item from the Dollar Tree when you get done. Okay, and once we've got that last one in there, we're going to glue this back to the back. And if you keep it on that low temp, you're not going to melt the other stuff as bad as it would with a high temp too. So we want to make sure that we keep it on the lower temp. If you're working with a wreath and need a base, these are great base. For $1, you can't even buy a base, so that's a really good item. Now I took my bow and I just did 3 on each side and tied it and 1 down the middle. If you're not familiar with bows, I do have a video on how to make a bow just to help you out. And I'm going to tie that up at the top. And I use the silver, and again, I buy my silver and red and Valentine stuff on the clearance at Christmas. Buy a lot of it when it goes 75 to 90% off at Christmas time is when I go in and buy my Valentine's items or different items like that I know I want to use. So think about that. And I'm going to cut my little, or you can also, if this hanger isn't big enough for you, you can also end up twisting this into another hanger in the back so you can hang it on that as well. Help you, give you a nice secure place to do that. But that even by itself is really, really cute. So let's go ahead and get our little hearts on. Let's start with the bigger one and kind of push it through whatever direction you want it to go through. Don't go around the whole thing, but since I want this one to go more to this side, I'm going to go in here to get it to turn at the angle, and this one at the bottom I'm going to go completely around. So it's turning that direction. And then twist it into place and either cut or hide your wire. And now I'm going to bring this other one. And if you needed to, you also could come in and glue it a little bit underneath. Remember, this will melt. So just be a little bit careful with that. And I kind of got the direction I want it to go. You can turn it a little bit too once you get it on there as well. Alright. So isn't that really, really cute for a Valentine's project? And that's not much cost or expense at all. I love the little sayings. I would like to do some. And you also could do just like I said, paint them in, do some flowers or different things like that, toe painting flowers or other things as well. So if you have any questions about this project, please email me at art@miriamjoy.com. If you need any of the wax products, please visit my website at miriamjoy.com. There's a lot of things going on our page. And there's also the YouTube link, which takes you over to the YouTube site that shows you how to use the different tools, as well as the first video that pops up is the basics of wax design, and it's actually on my miriamjoy.com site as well, and it'll tell you all the information you need to know about that product. There's also a link for Facebook, and you don't have to be a member of Facebook, and we try to post something up there for you new every day, and that is Miriam Joy Gourd Creations. Thank you. Have a great day. God bless.